what is the total cost of the units started and completed during the period. So we're going to have to know what the cost was associated with the materials for those units, as well as the conversion cost for those units. Okay, I'll go through and do my calculation as to the equivalent units for both the materials and the conversion costs. First, I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'll just do the conversion cost first. And it says the department had 3,600 units, 25% complete at the beginning of the period. I'm going to write it on here, and we'll just kind of write a little bit small. So my beginning inventory is 3,600 units at 25% complete. My started and completed, we had 11,000 units were completed during the period. So we had 11,000 that were completed. I'm going to subtract from that my beginning inventory of 3,600 units. And my ending inventory, we have 3,000 units at 1/5. That's 20%. So for purposes of the conversion costs, I can now make my calculations. If I take the 3,600 times 0.75, remember I've got to use the reciprocal of that. I have to finish them. So 75% of that is 3,600 times 0.75, or 2,700 units. As to the units that were started and completed, we completed 11,000 units. And we first completed the beginning inventory of 3,600. So the ones that were started and completed are 7,400 units. My ending inventory is 3,000 units, 20% complete, or 600. So my total equivalent units of production for conversion is going to be, looks like 10,700. So that's what I've converted the equivalent of. If I take my conversion costs, these two numbers here, my direct labor and my factory overhead for the period, add those together, that's 88,000. So my conversion costs of 88,000, I'm going to divide that by the equivalent units of conversion. And I get, looks like $8.22. $8.22. But it says round of 4 decimal places, so it'd be 82243. Okay, 8.2243. That's the calculation. So, for purposes of the conversion cost on those units that I started and completed, I can continue my calculation, and I'll take 7,400 times $8.2243 cents. And it looks like I get 60,860. Round that off. And then I have the materials of $8 a unit. They gave it to me, so I'm going to take 7,400 times 8. That's 59,200. If I add those together, that should give me my total cost of those units that were started and completed. That didn't add right. That's 119. So let's see. I got to check my. Anybody find any errors in there? Oh, I did. Yes. Thank you. So that's 59,200. We get $120,060, which is the correct answer.